Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another exciting edition of your show. That's right, it's the Kickout Crew. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I want to thank everybody for the positive feedback from last week's episode. And if you haven't heard it or watched it, check it out. You can listen to it on all of your podcast platforms, and you can watch the videos exclusively on Premier Wrestling's YouTube channel. That being said, hope everybody likes and subscribes and finds us there. Follow us on all the social medias, and hey, if you like what we're doing, be a friend and tell a friend, because why not? It's your show. That being said, we're off to a rip-roaring start today because, as you can see, it's only us four, and Brad's enjoying the WrestleMania festivities, and Devyn is making a baby somewhere in the islands or something. Hell, I don't know where he's at, but I'm pretty sure we'll cover all of that when as this episode moves along. But in the meantime, you're stuck with us four, so I think I filled enough time, and it's time to go to Brad. Oh wait, Brad's not here, so let's do our Brenton, Stanton, or whatever with Bryant. So Bryant, take it away.
I'm gonna opt more of the whatever portion of that because I feel I don't have the anger issues that Brad does about everything. So for what I'd like to talk about here is combining something that has been a focal point of the Kickout Crew is lists.
Ugh.
So Bleacher Report today, as we're recording, put out a list of the 50 greatest WWE superstars of all time.
And we're going to go through every single one of them.
No, God, hell no.
Bio on every one of them.
So they used criteria, though, which I found a little interesting. Their criteria was historical significance, championships, popularity, needle mover, time active, pay-per-view appearances, and skills in the ring.
Our truth. So it's our truth.
It should be.
Every one of those is our truth.
And as I looked through the list, it surprised me seeing how this all shook out. So I'm not going to do all 50 because, I'm not that kind of a person. But I do want to at least talk about the top 10 because I found it, like I said, the order this goes in is surprising to me. 10 was Hulk Hogan.
Damn.
9 was Roddy Piper.
Okay.
8 is Shawn Michaels. 7 is The Rock. 6 is Bruno Sammartino. 5 is John Cena. 4 is The Undertaker. 3 is the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Damn.
2 is the surprising part, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And any guesses on who you think number 1 is?
Going the Clown.
Wish. That'd be great.
Brutus.
No.
Randy Savage.
Oh, he was already on there.
He was 3.
Oh, my bad.
Scott Hall.
No. Number 1, Bret the Hitman Hart.
I almost said that just because of all the shit you have on Bret Hart.
Yeah. Bret Hart was voted number 1. And I, as a Bret Hart fan, I like this. But how do you put him over Stone Cold Steve Austin? Austin,
Agreed.
the Attitude Era is just defined with Austin. He's still a focal point to this day. Again, I love Bret, but it just surprised me that he was number 1.
That is pretty insane. Especially Hogan being 10 and Macho being 3.
Yes.
Damn.
Where was the worst wrestler in the world at?
He came in at 21.
Yeah.
And that would be for everyone at home. Mike, who are you talking about?
Goldberg. Yeah, that guy. Goldberg.
Yeah.
Goldberg.
Still in the box.
So it's something I find interesting, especially, with the list of criteria being what it was and with Austin just so key in everything.
Still.
Some interesting other ones. Roman Reigns is in at 13. The highest female on the list is actually Becky Lynch at number 23.
Ooh.
which so that was another one.
Where's Charlotte at?
Charlotte came in at 27.
Okay.
So, and the one that made me laugh the most is number 50 is the Big Show. As Brad so greatly covered with all his face and heel turns. It was great to see Big Show make the list for importance in WWE history. So, so on that note, I want to make mine short and sweet. So back to you, James.
Man, that's a hell of a list. I'm pretty sure Twitter will be ablaze with that information, as we move forward.
It's funny, Bryant did a list.
Yeah. Got to keep the tradition going here, guys.
Of course.
Well, I'm glad we're thinking alike.
Oh, man. Well, you know what's next on the agenda? It appears it's Mike's Men on a Mission Impossible. So,
great.
Let's take a look around at this one.
Well, the first thing, I got a two-parter. Since Mr. Devyn ain't here, we're going to do a demographic type deal. And I want to ask y'all, have y'all seen the Bray Wyatt documentary they made?
Excellent. Probably one of the best ones they've ever done.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
I watched it twice already.
I think it was amazing. I was sitting there watching it, ain't gonna lie, had a tear going down my eye, and I look over, William was watching with me, and he did the same damn thing.
Oh, I didn't have a tear go down my eyes. I had a couple of them come down my eyes.
Yeah.
I just thought it was great. But on to the real thing. We know last week, if you're watching this now, is WrestleMania. My favorite part about this are predictions. So, I'm just going to do a quick run through of the nights. Y'all tell me who you think you're going to win. And we'll see who has the most wins next week. So, we got Ray and Dragon Lee versus Escobar and Dom. James.
Probably Dom and Escobar.
Okay.
Going for a heel victory right out the gate.
You would think so. Well, that's if they start. I don't know what the match order is.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I doubt that will be the opening match, but you never know.
Hey, this might be right. Adam?
I think Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. This is Dragon Lee's first WrestleMania.
True.
Oh, that's true too. Bryant, what about you?
I'm going to agree with Adam. I got to go Ray and Dragon Lee. I think this is a good way to establish Dragon Lee to the main roster audience.
True.
No, I'm going to have to go with Escobar and Dom on mine because I think they're going to cheat somehow and do it. And I also asked Brad and Devyn. Devyn said, fuck off. He didn't answer me. And Brad said Escobar and Dom. Next, we have Belair, Naomi, and Jade versus Damage Control.
Naomi, Jade, and Bianca. I think you got to go with them. I think Damage Control is kind of running its course. Unless they do something real spicy to spice it back up. You got to, and Jade, they're going to put Jade over, I have a feeling.
Yeah, they're not going to build Jade up like they are and then let her get beat.
And this is probably going to be a way to kind of cover her a little bit, but then probably make her look really strong with a bunch of high spots and stuff.
I agree. Bryant?
Yep, no, completely agree. Got to go with same answer there.
Adam, you the same?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to take the same too. Next, we have the ladder match for the tag team titles.
Oh, God.
So we have Judgment Day, Awesome Truth, DIY, New Day, the New Republic people, and A-Town Down. Now, quick thing on this one. I think it was Michael Cole said the match don't end until they grab all the titles. So there's
both sets.
We can split them up.
Oh, that's going to happen. Yeah, we're going to get them split.
So, James,
I think, let me go ahead and get mine. A-Town Down, under, they win the SmackDown. And I think DIY finally lives through their boyhood dreams, the Shawn Michaels treatment, and they win the Raw ones.
Okay, that works. James?
I like DIY. For some reason, I think that they're going to do it. I think it's time. In a big WrestleMania stage, I think they're going to finally get their props.
That works. Is that it? Just them? You don't think they're gonna split up?
Fuck. I hope the New Day. I just like the New Day. You know, maybe a Big E run in would be fucking epic. But yeah.
What I'm doing is I'm doing 1 and 2, just in case it was a thing misunderstood.
Yeah.
So, Bryant?
I got to agree with James. I think DIY. I think they win the Raw tag team titles. They get those taken down, and then I think I got to go A-Town Down Under. I think they're the perfect heel, chicken shit heel group to guys to run with the titles for a little bit and get that heat that you're looking for.
Yeah, that's true. Have people chase them would be good.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good one too. I think Judgment Day is going to win. I think Judgment Day is going to keep them.
Really?
All right, at least one of them. Yeah, I just have that feeling. They need titles in there, so I think they're going to keep one, and then I'm going to go with Awesome Truth for my second one. But I also think there could be a swerve. I think, for an example, Miz can go up there and grab one of the Raw titles, and then R-Truth is going to go up there and grab the SmackDown title. But then one that, like, say, New Day, somebody's going to grab one from Raw, something like that. I think there could be something like that played on.
I could totally see R-Truth doing some shit like that too.
Yes.
It's like, we got him, and it's like the different title.
Right. So just saying, there could be a chance like that could happen. Next, we have Jay versus Jimmy. James.
This is gonna be my sleeper Mania match. I mean, obviously it's got a lot of hype around it, but I think both guys could really put on a good show right here. I really, really think so. You got to go main event Jay, baby. Got to.
Okay. Adam.
As much as I want Jay to win, he's been getting so much push lately, and Jimmy's just kind of been in the background a little bit lately. I just feel like Jimmy's going to get a cheat win, sneak one in, and it doesn't hurt Jay at all. But just for some reason, I think Jimmy's going to win it. I hope you don't, but I just got a bad feeling he is.
Right.
I'm actually going to say Jimmy, but I'm going to say it's because of Solo. Solo's interference. I think Solo's going to come out, either distract him or cost him in some way and help Jimmy win.
I think Naomi comes out and helps Jimmy win.
No, that would be something. And and I'm going to pick Jimmy too, because like I said, there's going to be something there that distracts him and messes with it. So now we have the IC Championship. Gunther versus Sami Zayn.
Gunther.
James.
Next. Gunther.
You think he's going to do it? Okay.
Sami's probably going to have a great entrance. Crowd's probably going to go ape shit. I get it. Gunther.
Okay. Bryant?
I actually agree with that, but I think it's going to be because Chad Gable costs Sami Zayn the title.
Ooh.
Okay. I can see that. Adam?
I feel like I might be on my own on this one. I think Sammy might sneak it out because of Chad Gable. Because Gable knows he can beat Sami Zayn. I think that's going to be the next storyline. So I think it's going to be Sami Zayn winning because of Gable.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm on my own with that one though.
I can see that.
I mean, I would like to see Sammy win, but I just don't know. I don't think so.
Brad also picked Sammy.
Of course he
So
did.
he's on there too.
Of course.
I'm going to pick Sammy. But I'm also going to have a little different outcome. I don't know if Gable's going to be the one that helps him win it, but I think he's going to be there. And after the match, he's going to turn on him. And then the next pay-per-view, we get those two going at each other. So that's where I'm going at. Now we have the women's champion, Rhea versus Becky. James.
I think you go Rhea. I really do. I can see either way, actually, but I kind of think it's Rhea's time, and I don't think you take the belt off her just yet.
Adam, thinking hard over there.
I think Rhea, because Becky beating Rhea, it kind of takes away from Rhea a little bit. But if Becky loses, she doesn't lose anything.
Yeah.
And plus, I think they're going to let Bailey beat Io, and they're going to let Bailey finally have her moment because Charlotte's had her moment, Becky's had her moment, Sasha had hers. So I think it's time for for Bailey to finally have her moment. So I think a Becky win kind of muddles that. So I think Rhea retains.
Okay. Bryant, you the same?
No, I actually I think Becky wins, honestly. I think Becky wins just because she's been chasing this for so long. And I think Rhea is going to go a different path. And I think this is where you just send Becky with the title and Rhea goes on to bigger and better things.
And another reason, too, is they've been pushing Becky's book deal. I think she's going to take some time off for that book.
True.
Oh, see, that's true too. You got that.
So if it wasn't for that, I would be more inclined to say Becky. But since they're pushing this book, I think Becky's going to take a little time off, and I think Seth Rollins is going to take a little time off.
I'm gonna have to say, man, I think it's a no contest or something like that. Something happens.
Man.
Somebody
Oh,
gets
dude.
involved.
At WrestleMania.
Not
No.
in Philly.
No.
There's Philly was shit all over that.
Rhea's going to retain, but there is going to be something that costs Becky the match. Maybe Trish comes back and costs her the match, or something happens that's costing Becky the match. And
That's not a bad call, man.
I don't think Rhea's going to win clean.
The Trish call. I think the Trish thing is a good call.
So now, of course, we got the main event, the Bloodline, the Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody and Seth.
Rock and Roman somehow, of course, because you got to set up Bloodline rules for night 2.
I'm going the same way. Rock's going to get that. I think Rock's going to get that win. Like, Rock's going to get the pin, bring him back, you know.
That's true, because you got to do the people's elbow at Mania.
You got to do it. So, or would it be the Bloodline elbow? You know, when he was with the corporation, it was the corporate elbow.
Yeah.
Adam.
I think Bloodline wins because it kind of sets up for Cody and make him overcome even more.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that's what it is. So
Brian, I say the same.
I want to say, like, my heart really wants to say Cody because I think they want to try to do a one-on-one, but I think it's true. I think Rock and Roman win, and I think Rock pins Seth to win.
I can see that happening. Something going there.
True.
And Brad also said Rock and Roman. So fuck off, Brad. Now, night 2, we have Pride versus Final Testament, which is Pride is Bobby Lashley and New Street Profits.
And it's a street fight.
And it's a street Pittsburgh street fight or Philly.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a Philly street fight.
I saw a Pittsburgh street fight at Payback.
Yeah.
I got to go with the Street Profits of Bobby Lashley on this one.
Okay.
I agree because they've been getting their ass beat. Like every SmackDown, they've been getting their ass beat. So they can't get beat all them weeks and they get beat at WrestleMania too. They can't, man, that just makes Bobby Lashley look weak. So they've got to beat them. They've got to beat the Pride. The Pride's got to beat Final Testament.
They got to get Cross a win sometime though. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Cross looks so dominant, man. And if Bobby Lashley's been losing every damn match the past 2 months.
Yeah.
He gets beat at WrestleMania. It's like, who we beating?
Bryant, you with him?
I like the Final Testament in this. I think this is how you get Cross his marquee win.
Yeah, he does need a damn win, man, because he really won nothing either.
And, you know, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going with Final Testament. But I think New Street turned on Bobby afterwards because they've been losing. And ever since they kind of got together, they haven't done nothing. So I think after the match, they turn on Bobby and they get a good heel run. Because they haven't been heels as a tag team, I don't think.
Yeah, just like now, I guess.
Right now, I mean,
Yeah.
they're kind of, but they're mixing with Bobby. That can bring Bobby back as a baby face, let them be heels. And you never know, we can bring somebody in to help Bobby out.
True.
So he's always trying to do something
I got you something to think about. What if Omos returns
and help. Yeah,
Omos causes Bobby Lashley to lose, and then Bobby Lashley and him get a new member?
well, okay. Well, I was thinking, like you mentioned Omos, but maybe he comes back to help Bobby Lashley if Street Pro they turn on him. So, but next we have, LA Knight versus the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Hey, it's gonna be a good one.
Let me talk
I
to
think
you.
this right here is gonna be the match of the night. I really think this right here is gonna be a match of the night.
Got to go LA Knight with this one. Get a big Mania victory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm going LA Knight. Yeah.
Bryant, you the same way?
Same way. Yep. Got to go LA Knight on this one.
So am I, and so did Mr. Bradley. And I think it's just gonna be a good match. I don't think there's gonna be nothing involved in it. Just them two beating the shit out of each other.
Yep.
I wish this right here was that street fight though.
For
think
real.
that
I was
would've been
about to say the same
Yeah.
thing.
good. I wish that right there was that street fight. That would have been good.
Yep.
Next for the U.S. title, we have Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens.
Well, we all know James is picking Kevin Owens.
Boy.
You gonna go with Kevin Owens?
No. I kind of see Logan Paul retaining. I don't know why. I would like to see I would assume Kevin Owens is gonna win actually, but not Randy Orton. I guess I think he's just there for the star.
Adam.
I think he retains. I think Logan Paul retains. Because, I mean, Orton doesn't gain anything by winning it. And KO, I think they're going to break off and have their own feud after this.
Kevin Owens
If
and Randy Orton.
Randy Orton doesn't break off and have one with Cody.
There we go. That works. Bryant, who do you think?
I actually think it's Kevin Owens.
Okay.
And I think he gets the win because I actually think Logan Paul is going to be the one who challenges as my, I guess, predicting the main event, but he'll be the one in the WWE title match at SummerSlam since it will be in his hometown.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say fuck all y'all, and I'm going with Randy Orton. So I think I just
Can you imagine?
he's coming to a stop soon. He needs kind of something to finish out. You know, he's gonna slow down some, but bring that title back up to where it needs to be.
Could this be a Mania
Now, of course-
where Sami Zayn wins and Kevin Owens wins, and they're both like have those belts? Ugh.
Oh, God.
I think Logan Paul retains, and he has a great match at SummerSlam, just like you said.
We can see. Now, as Adam you mentioned before, we got Io Sky versus Bayley for the women's championship.
Bailey
Bayley.
as the
Bayley.
hugger. Hugger Bailey makes a return and wins the belt.
Yeah, I think she turns back. You gonna get the same thing, Bryant?
Yep, going Bailey as well.
And I'm gonna say Bailey, so that's anonymous all the way over. And so did Brad, and Brad also picked Kevin Owens, by the way.
Shocking.
Now for the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
Probably Drew, somehow Punk does something, but I think Drew, because I think with Becky doing this tour for the book, Seth is banged up, so maybe he takes time off too and just heals up, and then does the tour with her.
There you go. Bryant?
I think it's going to be Drew McIntyre, but I think CM Punk does something, and Damian Priest cashes in Money in the Bank.
Oh, cashing.
That'd be nuts. Gotta be nuts. You're probably right on that too.
And I agree with Bryant. That was my. I think we're going to see cash in tonight.
Okay. I'm gonna say Drew as well. No cash in. I still think we're gonna. I want to see that last minute cash in. Time's about to run out. That's when that's when he cashes in his thing. So I know somebody from WWE is listening to it. Great idea.
Right.
Yep.
Now that referee starts counting 1, 2, right before he hits, bell rings. His time expired. I think that would be
That'd be so epic,
That'd be
dude.
so amazing.
I just think that'd be amazing.
Vince Russo is at it again.
And so I'm picking Drew, and I guess CM Punk can be involved somehow. I think he's still gonna kind of feud with both of them, but Drew's the heel, so I don't think he's gonna cost Seth the title, but you never know. And Brad picked Drew, so fuck off, Brad. Now we got Roman versus Cody for the Undisputed Championship. Could be, it could not be, but on rules.
Man, I'm so torn on this main event because you can't have Cody win the Rumble twice and lose twice. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with, I guess, Cody finishing the story, but part of me really thinks that Roman's gonna retain.
Nope. It's the same. Okay. Adam.
See, this is what I like this year is the fact that you don't know. It could go 5 different directions, man. It could be bloodline rules, no bloodline rules. It could be The Rock screwing him over. It could be Seth screwing him over. It could be somebody joining the bloodline. I mean, you never know because there's another bloodline member lingering in NXT. So, oh man, this is what I love. I love. This is some of the best wrestling they've done in years.
True.
I just don't see Cody losing because if he loses, he can't go for the belt no more. And if he loses again, I feel like people lose faith in him. It's like, well, damn, we done got him in the position twice. He's
Exactly.
lost twice. Why should we even
once.
care? Why do we care about this guy anymore? He can't win. So why pull for him?
Yep. Fool me once, fool me twice.
Yeah, I think Cody goes over.
Bryant, you going Cody?
I am going Cody, but I am going for the huge, gigantic schmoz finish of the bloodlines out there taking him down. You're going to hear the trumpets go. He's going to run down and help, and then you're going to hear the glass shatter. I think you have all of that. They just go completely all out with this. And I even think you get run-ins from probably a Jay, maybe to help as well. I think it's just a huge, big ordeal, and Cody wins it.
I say we see Cena and Stone Cold.
Yep.
Yeah.
And maybe the Dead Man.
I think Undertaker is going to be a part of it somehow. Maybe not of the fun. Maybe not of the main event. But I feel like Undertaker is going to be part of it somehow.
This is going to be the strangest thing I've probably ever said on this podcast. But I wish I was there with Brad when that fucking glass shattered and just be like, "Can you fucking believe this?" Yeah. Going nuts.
Now, and see,
wanted to be in
you
Dallas so bad.
I just hope Brad can stay awake, his old ass. Because usually he goes to bed early, so I hope his old ass can stay up
I
late.
passed out during Stone Cold's entrance.
Hey, he can see it now, but like, what? Did you call me? What happened? Somebody drop a glass?
Right.
What shattered? Did I drop my beer?
Which one of you kids broke something? What?
And now, but you got to think too. Roman done said if he loses, he's done. He's out.
Well, Cody was on ESPN earlier, and he said if he loses, he might as well just go to commentary. Because he's like, what am I doing now?
We're both kind of saying the same thing. So I think it's going to have to be Cody. He's going to win somehow. Roman's going to go away for a couple months. He's going to be gone for a while. And then come back as a babyface. Do another babyface run, be a mega, like somebody big's going to CM Punk. Maybe Cody even turns heel. Somebody's going to turn heel.
I see Roman Rock coming. I think Roman's next feud is The Rock.
Yep.
Right.
Do you
Something's gonna
save
happen,
that
but
for
yeah, I think,
Mania next year, or do you do like SummerSlam?
oh man, it depends. They say Rock's supposed to be going filming a movie right after Mania, so
Well,
there's no telling.
I think Roman's going away for a while because that's what they've been talking
Yeah.
about is Roman taking a lot of time off, even missing
Yeah,
SummerSlam. So
Yeah, and I think so too. So I'm going with Cody. Brad also went with Cody, but Damian Priest cashes in on Cody Rhodes, and Damian Priest wins.
I don't think Damian Priest is nowhere near the Universal Championship.
No, I don't either, but that's, fucking Brad, right? And that's it. So, Bryant, you went a little short. We ain't got Brad here talking our ears off. We ain't got Devyn here. So I just wanted to take a little bit extra time and do that. Now we got our predictions. See who wins. Winner may get something in the mail. May not. We never know.
Can't wait to see how that ages. Find out next week how wrong or right we all were. But good stuff, Mike. Nothing I like better than talking about the WrestleMania card for the third straight week in a row.
Exactly. Well, it's WrestleMania season, baby.
Right.
It's I'm getting excited, boy. Tomorrow, everything starts for us.
You imagine if Roman does lose and take time off and this like 3-year, 4-year storyline's done? Man, it's been
never finished.
Been a hell of a ride with that Bloodline storyline, man. A hell of a ride.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, good job, Mike. I guess up next is as a half-assed in-ring performer that spends most of his time trolling for single moms. Shout out Brad for that title.
What the fuck?
I'm not telling you anything else, Brad. No more secrets for you.
Oh man.
Spends most of my time or all my time. I mean, at least he said most.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep this WrestleMania topic going, but I'm going to throw a swerve. I found the 10 worst matches in WrestleMania history.
Oh man.
Okay.
I was just curious. I was like, everybody's doing the best, top 10 or the whatever. I wanted to find the worst matches in WrestleMania history. These are fan votes from cagematch.net, from the sportster.com. So this was back in February, so it's pretty recent.
Sorry,
I got interest music. All right, I got interest music.
hey, we got music now.
Yeah, shout out. There you go. Ref that up. We got music on the show.
I'm glad we wouldn't over 30 seconds. We'd have got fined. So number 10 is Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon, WrestleMania 26.
True.
So that was a horrible no holds barred match that was 11 minutes long.
Yeah, and Brett couldn't even really wrestle. Shout out Mike's
Nope, he
favorite
can't.
wrestler.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Goldberg.
So number 9 comes in at WrestleMania 23, the Great Khali versus Kane. 5-minute match, and they have these ratings. I don't know what it says 1.30, so I don't know what that means as far as the rating goes, but apparently it's bad.
Yes.
Number 8, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, WrestleMania 33.
That's the match
That's
where they
a-
did all the
right.
That's a
graphics.
projector bug.
That's the
shit,
projector
isn't it?
match. Yep.
Oh yeah, the bugs.
Number 7, one of Mike's favorites, Brock Lesnar versus Bill Goldberg, WrestleMania 20.
It's that low on the list, huh?
That's when Goldberg beat Lesnar in 13 minutes.
13 minutes.
And the crowd
13
loved
minutes.
it.
Was it also his longest match ever?
Well, they just walked around in circles half the time.
Yeah, well, the crowd shit all over it.
It was bad, too. Like, I forgot how bad it was. I watched it not too long ago, and like, it's uncomfortably bad.
It is.
Yeah, it was.
From
From my love
WrestleMania 5, the Bushwhackers versus the Fabulous Rougeaus.
That's rude.
Bushwhackers defeated the Fabulous Rougeaus in 9 minutes and 10 seconds.
Anybody know why this match is memorable?
I forgot. I can't remember what this one was.
It is I think it was from What Happened. It's either What Happened When or from Bruce's show. During a body slam, one of the Bushwhackers starts trying to, one of the Jacques
For our,
Rougeau
hey, you need to describe that for our audio listeners, Bryant.
tries to jack off one of Jacques Rougeau in the middle of the match during a body slam. That GIF is everywhere if you want to find it. GIF, whatever you want to pronounce it.
That's
so
great.
funny.
Boy,
It doesn't
I'll clip
age
that
well,
for
does it?
previews.
professional podcast.
Damn right.
So number 5, we go all the way back to WrestleMania 2. Mr. T versus Rowdy Roddy Piper.
I was gonna say the whole fucking pay-per-view. Shout out Brad. Douche.
Mr. T defeated Roddy Piper by disqualification in 10 minutes, 15 seconds. Number 4, WrestleMania 9. Undertaker versus the Giant Gonzalez.
Nice. I see that.
7 minutes, 33 seconds. He won by DQ. Undertaker won by DQ.
I like how Bruce is like,
Is that the only
Undertaker still
WrestleMania
holds
match?
that over me.
Is that his only WrestleMania match he won by DQ?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good question. Number 3, WrestleMania 15. Sable versus Tori. Sable defeated Tori to retain the women's world title in 5 minutes and 6 seconds. Number 2, the women's battle royal match, WrestleMania 25.
How can you go against Santina Morella? I mean, come on.
That's when Santina was crowned Miss WrestleMania.
Vince did some good stuff with like the first women's rumble thing, or that won by a man. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Fucking what's his name? No Chin.
James Ellsworth.
Yeah, he gets up there and technically wins it. Like, good job, Vince.
Yep. And then we have this gem right here. Number 1, worst match in WrestleMania history. Bryant, I want to see if you know it. WrestleMania 27.
Oh man.
Brock Lesnar.
Are you going the 6-man with Snooki and Trish and Morrison?
Close. That's the WrestleMania where Michael Cole beat Jerry Lawler by DQ in 13 minutes and 48 seconds.
That one too. Yeah.
That's voted by the fans by worst match in WrestleMania history.
Well, you know
And
what?
who was the special guest referee?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes, sir, he was.
Okay.
They had to do something to make the match watchable.
That's true.
Get people to watch it and not go to the bathroom.
14 minutes.
We
But you
covered
know
that,
what?
didn't we? Isn't that in the archives?
Y'all can say that, but unlike The Undertaker, Michael Cole is still undefeated at WrestleMania.
True.
Thank you.
You have a point.
Very true.
Oh man, so that was just, I thought it'd be funny because everything's just so great and everybody's doing top 10s and best Royal Rumble or best WrestleMania ever. So I figured I'd pull out like some of the worst ones ever. So I was surprised to see Jerry Lawler in the worst WrestleMania match ever.
That's his only Mania match too, right?
That it is, yes.
Yeah.
But
Imagine
that's
that. He's been
all.
there for that long. That's his only Mania match.
That's
But
all
he
I'm
made
going to do
it-
because,
he has commentary, so
So
But- yeah, I will leave it back to you because I've been doing a bunch of packing, getting ready to head out of here.
So you're telling me that we've done 2 lists and a WrestleMania breakdown, 3 segments, and we're
Hell
2
yeah.
lists and a card breakdown in. Woo. Good job, Brad. Hope you're having fun, bud.
I want to do something quick because, like I said, I'm about to go to Seattle. So
Yeah.
hanging out with my boy Frank Bruno.
Frankie B, friend of the show. Well, I guess it's time for today's agenda. So there's no name attached to this. So what is today's agenda?
Today's agenda is last week, Brad came up with the idea of before they were superstars, and I thought it'd be fun to do a hidden gem of a match that I'm confident none of you have seen and put a spotlight on a promotion that I really love in PWG. So back to you, James.
All right. Well, and that match is Jeff Cobb versus Keith Lee versus Ricochet from as you can see on the screen, and it is from a Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Battle of Los Angeles 2017. And a 60-minute time limit. Oh, damn. But yeah, it's a three-way elimination match. It went down September 3rd, 2017 at the American Legion Post number 308 in Reseda, California. And there it looks like it's boarded up closed.
It looks like an old restaurant.
Right, like a Spanish restaurant that they
It does look
converted
like,
over.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
exactly what it looks like. Yeah.
Like-
I'm trying to figure, like, is this supposed to be like a cactus in front? I'm just throwing it out there, or like some just random, like, I don't want to
Yeah,
call it a
see-
shrub, but
That's exactly what it is. They didn't give a fuck about it when it became another building, so it just grew out of control.
Right. And then the no parking sign, and then you go into the parking lot.
Right?
just don't park right there by that
Yeah.
trash can. That trash can is off limits to everybody.
Real shout out to the dumpster.
What kills me is there's a time limit on the no parking. You can park here, but not in between the hours of 8 p.m. and 10 a.m. or whatever the time is on it.
Yeah. Man, what a classy looking establishment that is.
That's the best looking American Legion building I've ever seen. Honestly, I've seen some bad ones. I've wrestled in some bad ones. I wish
that
they
one
were
in
this
Tampa
nice.
was dude. I think that one in Tampa is a drug front. Straight up. That one that was next to the hotel. People going in and out of that thing constantly, all hours of the day.
Yeah, that one made me feel like I was at home.
All righty. It had a match length of 19 minutes and 2 seconds. And Meltzer, I couldn't find the attendance, but Meltzer did give this one 4.5 stars. I'm surprised he rated it.
Oh, wow. Surprised you've seen it.
But yeah, right. Well, it's independent wrestling, so Meltzer probably, locked them doors and turned the lights down low. Meltzer.
Yep.
But we're going to do this one watch along style. It is on YouTube. The username on this video is Sport Indie. And you can click subscribe to them, I guess, if you want to. Shout out to them. We'll plug them. Fuck it. And while you're there, might as well hit up Premier Wrestling's YouTube channel too. Join that one, and you can catch all the great shows like ours or yours.
And the Kickout Crew and the Kickout Crew YouTube as well.
That is also true, and you can like, subscribe, follow, do everything on that too. It's your show, your views. So shout out. But yeah,
Be a friend, tell a friend.
exactly. But yeah, Sport Indie, and it is listed as Jeff Cobb versus Keith Lee versus Ricochet, PWG BOLA 2017. And I guess I got it on my end. What's up?
I said / full match.
Correct.
Just saying.
Yeah, true. And got it on my end. Are we all ready to go?
That should do it.
All right. Well, we're gonna go DJ Turn Up for a countdown. I'm just kidding, but shout out DJ Turn Up. But I guess if y'all are ready, in 3, 2, 1, play. Got to mute my shit.
That'd be
Yeah.
helpful.
Sweet
So while
ass
this is
little
starting
intro.
up, we're about to do some intros. I thought I would mention that the Battle of Los Angeles tournament every year done by PWG. The winner, if it is not the champion, they're not the champion, they actually earn a world title shot as well. The tournament this year was 24 entries. So, for example, Ricochet on his way in the tournament ended up beating Flamita, Desmond Xavier, who we now know as Wes Lee in NXT, and Travis Banks, who is Travis Banks. So,
Nice.
This was
Jeff
actually, wasn't this right after Lucha Underground?
This is actually during Lucha Underground. So it's actually
Okay.
kind of, yeah. So like they're getting ready to do like their last season of Lucha Underground.
I knew it
At
was
this
close to
point.
the end because it went before years.
Yep. Jeff Cobb on his way to the finals would beat Sami Callihan, friend of the show, Sammy Guevara, and Matt Riddle. And then you would have Keith Lee, who in the first round would defeat Walter, who we now know as Gunther. He would also defeat Donovan Dijak and Ray Phoenix on his way to the finals.
Can you imagine
Speaking of Lucha Underground,
Can you imagine if Sammy actually did catch one of our episodes and it's just us butchering the fuck out of him all the time? Like, these guys are fucking marks.
I don't know if you guys saw, he left us a comment on our video on the YouTube page on the 100th episode.
Yeah.
yeah, I know it kind of makes me want to start liking him now.
Right? Big fans, Sammy. Big fans. Kick Out Crew is big fans of Sammy. And I'm glad I said that when Devyn's not here.
I'm a big fan of your buddy, Fuego.
Yeah.
So I know it's really leaving the ring right now, but as you saw, they are actually going to present a trophy to the winner as well. Do you guys think trophies are something that work in wrestling? I know a lot of times they get destroyed, but is that something you like seeing in wrestling?
Hell yeah, because I won one year. I actually beat Air Paris and won a trophy.
Yeah,
actually handed to me by Commander Man Dan.
For a tournament,
works.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it works for certain things. And of course, it'll be on TV for, a couple weeks, maybe, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then it gets destroyed. But I mean, that's almost like, they have every now and then they'll have the special championship titles now. I mean, they had like that, the Royal Rumble one that Braun Strowman won, that thing.
Or like the Owen Hart, the cup belt.
Yeah, the Owen Hart ones. Yep. I mean, they have those titles. So I think that's more of a theme now instead of an actual trophy. And I mean, you can see it for a lot of things. I mean, they get wrestling championship belts.
Yeah. They have them now for the NFL. Now the MLB's launching theirs, and they've got the new show on X, Twitter, whatever we want to call it.
Oh,
for Speed.
Next Gen or what? Yeah.
They're going to have the Speed Championship. They're crowning a champion for that. So
all you got to do is hit like the small Midwest South, like Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Arkansas. You can get you some Speed Championship going on there too.
Yeah. I mean, even like, if I'm not mistaken, I think they like even like pool or, something like that. If you have a big tournament, I mean, if you win, instead of getting a trophy, they'll hand you a championship. You can get them customized any way you want it now. So,
yeah, like the Wrestling Showcase, which you can find on Premier Wrestling's YouTube channel.
So as we're doing a fun showing here, James, who are the announcers?
I hope I'm right on this one, because from what I gathered, it was Chuck Taylor and Excalibur.
You are correct. Yes.
Thank God, because I wasn't 100% sure, and I was listening to the voices like, I think that's them.
So one of the things that I do love about PWG is they actually have the talent come out and do color commentary. So you could have a Chuck Taylor, a Chris Hero, Kevin Steen when he was there would come out and do commentary, Sami Callihan. I think that adds kind of a fun dynamic to the show of having the actual talent come out and do commentary. Do you guys like that when wrestlers come out and do commentary, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, or any show going?
If they're good, for sure.
I do, yeah, because it's different. They always talk shit, and I like. I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I'm down for it every time
when it's applicable.
Jeff guy, whatever happened to him?
Jeff Cobb is currently in New Japan. He works there. He's a part of United Empire, which was started by Will Ospreay, who's now in AEW. But he's a part of that stable, and he's kind of running it now. Him and TJP are kind of the leaders of that group.
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb's a beast. He's good.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, this is my first match I've ever seen of him, within it, and he, seemed pretty good. You think he has a AEW or WWE run in him, or you think he's just there? Like he's more of a independent, maybe New Japan, maybe TNA type.
I'd say AEW. I don't see WWE because I just don't think he would fit in WWE very well. I think he would stick out more at AEW or maybe TNA. He's one of those suplex type guys. He's a big guy. He does all these different types of suplexes. He does a lot at Lucha Underground too, man. He was awesome at Lucha Underground.
So he's kind of like a Samoa Joe.
Yeah, but does a little bit more striking and stuff. Yeah,
he's more strike. He's not more of the submission base like Samoa Joe is. He's more of that kind of like that striker thrower. He is actually an Olympian as well. He wrestled in freestyle wrestling for the Olympics for the nation of Guam as well. So he is an Olympian.
Shout out.
Yep. So this is also PWG was also really a lot of my introduction to Keith Lee at the time. Limitless Keith Lee, who is with AEW right now. What are your guys' thoughts on Keith Lee, and do you think he's reached his ceiling in AEW, or do you think he still has more he can do?
I think he's got plenty more to do because they're not booking him worth the shit.
That's what I was about to say. They ain't doing jack shit with him. And every time they book him, it seems like people just boo him.
Do you think he's someone who could benefit from going back to a WWE?
As long as they don't do that Bearcat shit, yeah.
Well, Vince is gone, so that's gone too. So,
because he was the man in NXT, wasn't he? Double champion.
Yes, he was.
That's what I think. I mean, I didn't watch a lot of them, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's something missing of him. But for some reason, he had the NXT, which he did good on, but he had the WWE behind him. He has AEW behind him, but he hasn't quite hit that mark. Whether it is with all the fans, and if it's not just like one person, it's all the fans. It's just the whole production itself. So
he got real bad sick. That's what got him in WWE. He got really bad sick from COVID, and I think that messed with him. And I think he's still battling some of that COVID sickness, man. Because I mean, before that, he was amazing, man. He was NXT champion. I think Karrion Kross is the one that beat him.
Yep.
And they had an amazing match, man. That's a good match to watch because they beat the piss out of each other.
And see that, like with me, I mean, he's one of many that has done it. I mean, you see him in like the indies and everything else, and they're phenomenal. Like you're like, oh yeah, he could go to WWE. He could be, a top star there. But he goes and he just like drops. It's like as soon as they get right there, something happens and they just drop and you never see him again. They're never that type of person or like that type of star again.
I think his name change. I think that messed with his confidence too, because you've been Keith Lee for all these years. Then all of a sudden they want to change your name to Bearcat. I mean, that kind of messes with your confidence and getting sick too. You have to worry about getting fired.
That clip of him launching Adam Cole into the crowd is awesome.
Oh God,
comes up the ramp and shoves him.
They had a good ass match too, man. I forgot how good that was.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. He's had a lot of good matches, and he can go with a lot of good people. I mean, especially for his size, he can go against bigger guys. He can go against smaller guys, and he's just one of those one of those people. And it's like he has not hit that spot.
Yeah.
And I think him and Swerve had a damn good thing going. They had a good feud going, but I think he got hurt.
Yeah, I think they were going to.
And they never revisited. Yeah, and they never went back to it. So it's like he gets these chances, something happens, and they give up on him.
Well, that Ricochet, he's a hell of a seller.
Oh God, man! Oh, Poison Rana.
Is that what that move is called?
Yes.
And I think that's the other thing that I appreciate about this match is you have the guy like Ricochet, who's that aerial guy, and you have two guys like Keith Lee and Jeff Cobb, who just look like they're stuck in the ground. They're sturdy guys, and they are bumping and flying around the ring for Ricochet. And you look at him, you're like, oh, they're not going to move this well. And then you see, much like that, a Poison Rana where Keith Lee just goes. And it's that motion of how is Ricochet pulling this off?
Yep.
That's Rick. That's 100% trust in Keith Lee. That's him trusting Ricochet 100%.
Right.
Because so much could go wrong with that move. Oh, by the way, the referee's name is Rick Knox.
Shout out.
Who we can see every Wednesday on AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Damn.
Well, he's there because he's friends with the Young Bucks. I ain't gonna lie to you. And how crazy is this? We just saw all this. We just watched Ricochet throwing around Ivar.
Yeah, he just did that same spot with Ivar.
And he's about to do it again here in a minute.
And then just,
I mean, that just shows. I mean, he looks like a smaller guy, but he has that strength too.
and then to walk around with Keith Lee, to walk around with Jeff Cobb, just holding
and
that,
a fall away slam, man. That's so
like
hard.
up and over like that.
Over your head.
And here comes the big dive.
Oh,
I always love that spot where he leaps over the corner to
Over
go out there.
You know, and he's almost kind of like Claudio. You know, he looks like a smaller guy, but he's so freaking strong. I mean, you know, that's like he picked up the Big Show and just threw him over the top rope. I mean,
his flips look smooth too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Golly, there he goes again.
Just so effortlessly over that corner, just clearing it like it's nothing. And, you know.
I like how every time he jumps, he does like goes back like that and then just tucks, you know? Oh, it's like kind of like he's gliding.
Yeah. And it's like Adam said, it's that trust to know that Keith is going to be there to catch him and be there to be that anchor when he's flying over the top. Because you also got to worry about the fans because, as you see, they're right there.
Yeah, there's no barricades or nothing.
Yeah,
there's nobody there kind of blocking them off really. You know, that's one thing that I always with them doing stuff. I mean, those fans, they're right there. They could easily get hurt.
Not his flip. Oh,
or they could. You can have a fan in the wrong spot and it screw up the whole thing, and the wrestler himself could get hurt. You know, trying to protect the man.
Okay.
I do like a lot of Keith Lee's kickouts in this match are like launching Ricochet. Like it's not just like throwing his shoulder; it's like launching him.
Yep.
Ricochet's probably one of the best bumpers in the country.
Oh yeah.
He just everything looks so smooth with him.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish he was a little bit bigger. He'd be champion already.
Mm-hmm. It's nice to see him on TV the last few weeks on Raw, getting real big pushes and getting good matches and getting some time, which is nice to see.
I agree.
Gorgeous shooting star press. Gorgeous.
He's so smooth in the air, man.
Do you think he could be one? I mean, it's probably not going to mean too much, but that speed championship, I think he'll be somebody good. You know, to hold that kind of. If they want to give that title a name, like try to bring it up.
That would fit him perfect, wouldn't it?
That's true.
And he did, and Ricochet did win his first round match in the speed tournament. So.
Do a shitload of high spots. Ricochet be that dude, you know, running and gunning. That'd be cool.
He picks up Jeff Cobb right here.
This right here is just an example of power, just
pure strength
position, just up and over.
Jeff Cobb's not a small guy.
No,
he's every bit of 275.
Oh yeah.
So one thing that we pointed out with the description here was we saw the building, the American Legion. We're getting a good shot here of the interior of the building. What are some crazy places you guys have been to watch indie wrestling, or go to a show in general? I don't know here for you guys.
They did midget wrestling at a bar I went to in Oklahoma, so that was kind of insane to see.
Yeah, no, I've seen it inside of a high school gym. You know, or it was outside. But high school gym, like inside a building, would be the high school gym.
Adam's got a good one at a fucking hockey game.
That's trying to set up the hockey game here for Adam.
The hockey game was awesome, man, just to be a part of that. I've wrestled in some places too. I wrestled in the back of an antique store where if you get on the top rope, if you're going to jump from the top, your head hits the ceiling. No shit. So you can't do like bad body drops. You can't do mini suplexes. So it's
mainly falling.
Exactly. It's falling straight back. You raise your hands up too far, you'll knock a towel out.
I believe there's a photo online of Finn Balor having that issue where he went for the coup de grace and it goes through the ceiling, the tile of the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's amazing.
That would be great.
That may have been at Melbourne, actually. That may have been here.
I would say, I know it was somewhere in Florida that
Yeah.
it happened.
I need to catch them next time they do it because they do a house show here, like every like little loop they do. I need to catch them one time. I wanted to go when New Day was tag champs because I was like, fuck yeah, dude, like I could, New Day, but I didn't.
Yeah, that one I went to. It was at a high school, but it had something to do with NWA. They were part of it. But I seen that there was the Hardys were there, Scott Steiner was there, Buff Bagwell was there.
Oh, me, Mike, and Adam seen wrestling at Center Stage and historic, baby.
Yeah, that was historic.
I just remember looking, I was like, guys, Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes used to cut like amazing promos, like
amazing
right
promos
there.
in that building. Yeah,
like right there.
That would be amazing. That would be awesome.
That right there was worth going to. Just going to that building to watch.
I text messaged Shivani's burner phone, like, dude, I'm in Center Stage. Like, it's just so like full circle moment, like watching you, do all these interviews and stuff, and now like we're here at Center Stage. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, these suplexes are insane, man. Jeff Cobb's so damn good.
Shout out to that Green Ranger T-shirt in the background too.
The green shirt guy.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, right at the end. Yep.
R.I.P. Tommy. Jason David Frank, something like that is his real name.
Oh, damn.
And that pop, and just the strength of Keith Lee, just to pop him up like that for that powerbomb.
Popping up and then jump. That was badass.
Good bounce on the mat too.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Knox gives his 3 counts away. I can tell his falsies before he does it.
What's the secret, Adam?
Can't tell you.
I was waiting for you to do the mute thing. So
Nah, that gets old, man, because I'm sure y'all don't want to hear about I mean, so it gets old after a while.
You know what gets really old? Wow. 100 fucking times. I've been thinking about trying to switch it up, but it's just an easy way to start.
Wow.
Welcome to another exciting episode of your show.
Right.
Like just Ryan Katz on it all of a sudden.
And since we're in the middle match, I want to do a quick shout out real quick because he's never going to listen. Shout out to William. Happy 14th birthday, kid. Love you.
Hey, there you go. I like to give a shout out to the disco ball up there in the middle of the arena, in the middle of the building.
At the American Legion building. That's great. Oh my gosh, man.
Other Poison Rana.
Here we
From
go.
Ricochet.
From the middle turnbuckle.
Straight to the top.
Oh.
630.
Maybe
630 leg drop.
No way.
And then
Nice.
the straight just still.
Oh,
him straight up.
Talk about the facials.
Nope. Benadryller. Boom. Big
The
kick.
Benadryller. Hey, Benadryll knocks me out too, so I get that.
He's just, man.
So smooth on these flips, man.
He's smooth on.
Back to 630. Just.
And Keith
again,
goes in 5 feet in the air.
Love that, dude.
He keeps that power through the whole match, which is something that is just fantastic for this.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just like a one move deal. He does it time and time again.
Right.
Should have covered Jeff Cobb first.
Yep. So another fun thing about watching some of these matches from PWG is the cast of characters you'll find in the crowd. A lot of times you'll see Josh Barnett and his fighting crew in the crowd. You'll see the 4 Horsewomen occasionally. And as the star man himself, you'll also see occasionally Dave Meltzer sitting front row ringside. Which is why the surprise for the high star rating, most of the time Dave is at these shows.
Gotcha.
So sees him firsthand.
Well, you said this one got a 4.5 star.
Yeah.
Is that what this one got?
Yep.
I see it.
And the crowds are live too. Like I think that like the crowds are amped, and they're constantly like chanting, dueling chants of everybody's name and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Independent wrestling is cool with the crowd interaction because it seems like crowds are like a little more intense.
Yep.
I agree.
That's some grown man strength too. Dang it.
His throws are just so amazing and so crisp that even on that one there, it looked like it might have been a slip, but it was still just the perfect right into a belly to belly. Just
yeah, like we're talking about the crowd, like right there, he goes to throw Ricochet out, and the crowd's like in the way of pulling him out of the ring.
That's something that hasn't been said. I figured Bryant would say already. Ricochet has won this Battle of Los Angeles before. So he's the only, out of the three guys, he's the only one that's won in the past.
And there's your elimination. Jeff Cobb is eliminated. Ricochet in, caught.
Ooh.
And cool thing is,
And
the next year,
Oh,
3.
Man, look at that crowd reaction too.
And that crowd pop for Ricochet winning.
hey, Pop
And this
Tart.
would be
the first
Ricochet's
2-time winner.
Yep, he becomes the first ever 2-time winner of the Battle of Los Angeles.
And back to back, right? You said he won it the year before?
No, Marty Scurll won it the year before.
Won it the year before, yep.
I thought you said he won it the year before.
Nope.
No, he won it in 2014.
2014, yep.
With it being like an elimination match, did you like how it was one right after the other? Or you think Keith Lee and Ricochet could have had a few minutes? Maybe not give them a lot of time, but give them 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, a couple false finishes and then like a pin.
And then, yeah, I think that would have been.
I think that would have been good, but I do like the surprise, that quick out of nowhere moment of
right. That's
what Ricochet is.
I did like how, because that's how usually it is. You get those.
There wasn't much left for them to do either. I mean, because they done everything in the match.
Yep.
So it's like, what else could they do one-on-one?
Ricochet's kind of heelish throughout this whole thing, so that's a different side I haven't really ever seen.
And Jeff Cobb wins it. Jeff Cobb wins it in 2018.
Yep.
So shout out to him for coming back and winning it a year later.
Yep. Jeff Cobb would win it the next year, and then one of the final, and then basically how it always has kind of gone is the finalists come back the next year. Jeff Cobb wins it the next year. Follow finalist Bandito would go on to win it in 2019, and then COVID hits with 2020, so tournament kind of takes a little bit of hiatus, but.
Gotcha. Daniel Garcia wins it in 2022.
Yep.
So are we done watching the match? Are we gonna?
Yes. Oh no, we don't
stay for the post.
No, we don't have to stay for the post.
It's like 9 minutes of talking.
Yeah, it's basically him talking at this point, and the fun part about this is actually Ricochet would turn heel after this to go challenge the PWG World Champion, who at the time is Chuck Taylor.
Fucking Chuck Taylor. Like him.
So.
Dude, what about that turn from Trent Beretta?
Saw it coming. I think it's stupid. There's no real. All there's going to be is a 1-match payoff, because I was watching it with some friends last night, and I was like, boy, I bet Chuck Taylor's like, well, fuck, I'm about to get released. And then Beretta's only going to have, 1 match with Orange, and they're not going to really do nothing with him, so he may get released too. I was like, man, just like that, that little group, Chris Statlater's kind of branched off. She's probably about to turn heel. And now, the best friend's like going away because it'll just be, Orange Cassidy.
Trent Beretta's a damn good wrestler. I'd like to see him on a heel run, like one-on-one.
Yeah, I was watching it with my friends. I was like, Chuck Taylor's like, I'm done. Like, fuck, I'm done.
I say, going back to the match, Ricochet ended up beating Chuck Taylor to become the PWG World Champion.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, the big weekend, something like that.
Yep. All-Star Weekend.
There it is.
And then the next year, Jeff Cobb beats Walter to be the PWG. So, I mean, all these guys, man, they're in Evolve, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
Who does he ever beat?
Everybody.
All right. So you guys ready for listener questions?
Let's do it. And you can send those questions on our socials. when Brad posts what we're covering, you can ask your questions on all those posts on Facebook, Twitter. That's pretty much it. Those two.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's about it. All right. So first question comes from our good friend Ben Jones.
All the way from Austria?
All the way from Austria. Getting us
Shout
this question
out.
here.
A good April Fool's prank, by the way. I still think mine was better than yours and your fiance's. And I will die saying that. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody knows the original is better than the sequel. Everybody knows that.
All right. Well, Ben asked, if you could be any age for the rest of your life, which would you choose?
No.
Damn, I didn't know we were getting philosophical all of a sudden. I thought it was about the match.
I know, right?
35.
Fuck that.
Because I feel like I feel like at 25 I was still young and had a lot of growing up and more common sense to gain. Or maybe 30. Maybe 30, because 30 is, I kind of feel like, is when I started getting my common sense and started being a real adult. So maybe 30.
I wish that I knew what I know now when I was younger. Boom, shout out.
Amen.
Maybe like 32, I guess. You know, because you're a veteran, but you still have time left. You know.
No, I'm gonna say 25. 25 was one of my best years I've had. I was traveling the road. I was making money. Didn't have no kids, no nothing. I was just living the fucking life. So I'll go back to 25 and live that life.
Shout out to Parenthood, ain't it beautiful?
I'm saying I don't know my kids or anything. I'm just saying.
No fucking kids.
I mean, I was bringing him a couple $1,000. You know, had nothing. Just
Now them kids take all that money.
Now they take everything, and I make a lot less money now than I did back then.
That's about how it goes. I'm gonna go with 21, only because I felt indestructible at 21, and I felt not that was my peak, but I really felt like I could do anything, and I felt good. And as we all know, when you get older, everything starts to hurt eventually. So,
oh yeah,
no shit,
all bad.
So, next one here comes from Randy Elkarai.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Hey, Randy.
He asks, what happened to preparation A through G? And to follow that up, what's wrong with the first 6 ups?
What the hell?
One of the cookout days, huh? He asked that question.
The best part is Randy posts this question and Brad jumps in our group chat and goes, I have no idea what any of this means. What is he talking about? Just read it again. Read it again.
Yeah. Whoosh, way over his head.
So is he putting 7-Up and Preparation H together?
See,
like, is he using them at the same time, or what is he doing?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is like, are we combining this, or like, what does he like, need to know this for?
Is he drinking the Preparation H and using 7-Up for medication purposes?
He might.
Depends
how long he has that meat on that smoker.
Yes.
Look, I'm not here to talk about that man's meat. I mean, that's later.
Yeah.
That's what he puts on his meat is his priority.
Exactly.
That's his prerogative.
So, well, that's all the listener questions. So back to you, James.
Hell yeah, man. Great stuff. Oh boy. Good. Oh, well. What goes better? Speaking of meat, I guess it's time for Mike's Meat Minute. So, Mike.
What goes good with Preparation H? Preparation Mike.
Soak it in Preparation H for 36 hours. Hold on, it's your segment.
Hold on, I got to run in. What? No.
Give them Preparation H. They'll get out of here.
Thank you. I'm sorry. It's okay. Bye. All right. So what I'm going to do, since I had my little run in right at this time, it's WrestleMania season. I'm gonna be cooking on the grill. I'm gonna be doing some snacks and everything else. I'm gonna do some stuffed sausage. So what you do is get you some sausage, some meat, the stuff that looks like hamburger meat. You want to get that, put like little balls, kind of football shaped type deals, and slice them open so you can put stuff inside of it. And then what you want to do is you want to cut it open, add cream cheese, jalapenos, and cheese. Stuff it all inside of that. You want to take some sliced onions and bell peppers, put it all in the pan together with the sausage, because that sausage is going to leak out some juice. It's going to get in those peppers and everything else. And you just cook it at 375 degrees for about 35 minutes. After that, you want to put it on boil about 2 or 3 minutes until that cheese gets melted. Bring it out. It has a nice little crusty layer on there of cheese. You got all that stuff going together. Serve it up and eat it. Fucking fantastic. Trust me.
Nothing better than a nice crusty layer.
Heard that. Especially with that warm goo inside. Boy, howdy.
Right when you break that crusty layer, it's all good stuff right past it.
Mm-hmm. And if you use the hot sausage, oh man, that's perfect. That goes well with it.
Bet it does.
So, like, does it taste better when you got more sausage? Kind of like if the more sausage, the more pleasure you get out of the food?
Well, of course.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, because depends. You want it like bite size, It's like,
Okay, that's how they do it in Georgia. Gotcha. Georgia's bite size.
Yes, we want a bite size. That's plenty. Satisfies everybody.
Right? Thank you. Clip that. It'll be my new dating profile video. You bite size, please, everybody. Okay, it does.
Bryant said if it's not corn cob size, he don't want it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Hey, James, I see something on here that says the spirit of, what's it say? The spirit of April Powers bringing May Towers?
Yep. Don't know what the fuck that means, but I don't know.
I'm going to ask you about that. What is that?
No clue. That's a Brad. That is a Brad Staten special.
That's when you do a good shout out. Fuck off, Brad.
So I don't know if we're mega powering and twin towers.
Twin towers,
yeah. But April Powers, huh? It's a start. Which granted, by the time everybody hears this, it'll be the 11th, I suppose. But
wait a minute. Why does April Powers sound like a porno name?
Kind of does.
Starring April Powers.
That is exactly what I was thinking as well.
Okay, good.
Well, that does bring May Towers, if you know what I'm saying.
Heyo.
We are erecting buildings without April Powers for sure.
We know what he was doing when he wrote this.
Yeah. Lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
That's why he's not here right now.
Queuing up my favorite video. Deb, don't you got some place to go? Oh man, poor Brad. Yeah, shout out Devyn. I hope he's having fun in wherever the hell he's at.
The Dominican Republic, man. Shout out, dude. Out there making babies, buddy.
Making babies, swimming with dolphins.
What's the over under until he's gone? Once she pees on that test, and it's over, son. It is
You've been
over.
saying that since episode 2. Like, come on.
It's April 4th.
Well, it's getting real now. He went there with intention. I'm making a baby. So it's like,
he did tell us that, yeah.
If she's her due date's January, we know happened.
That is true.
That's 9 months from now.
Oh, Island baby.
And if she listens to this episode, he's gonna be in so much shit.
The cool
Nothing better than a January baby.
None of our people listen to this show. I mean, my dad listens to it, but like,
all right.
So what's over under? They have a baby during Royal Rumble season.
Jesse watches the clips, and There's some comments on our YouTube videos that are funny. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out, Jesse. But yeah. So April Powers and May Towers. Obviously, usually there's some motivational shit going on in here, but hey, April Powers sounds like a sweet porn name. May Towers is what no blue chew necessary, if you know what I'm saying. And nothing like keeping it short and sweet, because it's probably why I'm single, because I keep it short and sweet in more ways than one.
Keeping it bite size, baby. Keeping it bite size.
And what better way to transition the big, the bad, and the ugly, which also describes my love life. Oh boy. So
That's so
Bryant,
good.
take it away.
What the hell is the naming of this? By the way, it's the big, the bad, and the ugly teeth. And I immediately message him and go, "Do I bet teeth?
What,
What are you
meth
trying to
mouth?
tell
Are we talking meth mouth here?
me?" Like, what are we talking about?
That's something you would say in Alabama, not Nebraska.
Exactly.
I hooked up with a lady that I had more inches than she had teeth, if you know what I'm saying. So
She had 2 teeth.
1.5. It was a gum-tacular night.
Well, she had summer teeth. Some are yellow and some are gone.
When he wrote that message, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? I thought he
Right?
said something on the show. I was like, what the fuck?
This is about the show. It's about wondering if he's trying to call me out for teeth, or what the hell are happening here. So this is normally the spot in the show where Brad tries to play a game of some sort and do like a FMK or whatever. But I'm going to give you guys 2 would you rathers because I have no idea what the hell to do here. So I'm just being truthful.
As Brad finally realizes, like, all these funny outline lines is like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, because I didn't know how to tie this topic, like the thing on the outline, to like a thing on the show. So I'm just like, I don't know what the hell we're doing. So I'm going to ask you guys, would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
Holy shit.
Can you imagine the sleep you get when you get in a coma?
Fantastic way to look at it.
I have to ask, how old am I when the coma starts?
We'll say 30. So when you wake up, you'll be 40.
How
Okay,
bad's the prison? Are we talking about like a major
California or Alabama?
Yeah, it's just one of those
Where
like
you
rich
live,
people.
where you live is where you go.
Oh,
So,
5
like-
years prison. Yeah, that's no doubt. This is Alabama prison.
Yeah, maybe I can get one of those Boca Raton prisons, you know what I'm saying? Like, just live on the beach.
Yeah,
We did it 60 days in Alabama. So we videotaped how bad our jail system is.
3 hots and a cot, baby, and on the beach. Hey, and I have no job, so I can just like work out and lose a bunch of weight and just work out all day and read books. You know, like
It's positive.
maybe I need to get. No, I'm not gonna wish that. Either.
No.
What's the crime that we did?
Yeah, 5 years in
it's
jail, man. What'd we do?
Yeah, for
what
5
we
years,
do?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know.
5 years, what? Robbing the bank, maybe?
Maybe.
Tax evasion
There it is. Tax evasion.
and white collar crimes, so we can get one of those white collar
tax
prisons.
evasion. That's even perfect because tax evasion is federal government. So you go into a federal prison. You know, federal prisons are usually a little bit up there. If I'm going to go to prison, I'm going to be up there with like P. Diddy and all of them.
Man,
I'm going to their jail.
No, it's where you live. That's what we established.
yeah, don't
So,
get a.
yeah.
Never mind.
I'll pick 5 years. I can do 5 years.
I picked the coma just because I would have so much sleep that I would feel rested and refreshed. That, I mean, it'd just be great to me.
And jail is if you go to jail, you know what people are doing to you. If you're in a coma, you don't.
That is a good point. I'll give you that.
All right, so 5 years, we either committed robbery, we either assaulted somebody with a weapon, an elderly person, a blonde, disabled, pregnant person, manslaughter, first degree with a firearm. Oh wow, and I'm not saying them. Never mind. Oh. Burglary, second degree with a firearm.
Yeah.
Hindering prosecution, burglary, contaminating public water or food for terrorism.
Just another list.
This is
Yeah, I
another
found a
list.
list.
That's the
Imagine
name of the show.
imagine if you went into the coma like 2014 and then you wake up 2024, like in all the.
You don't get.
It's been a
you missed
decade
the
of
coke?
ass.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
be
so
honest. Like
Yeah,
you wake up, and be like,
totally.
"What? Why is everything different? What happened?" And you'd be like, "All right, there's this fucking gorilla, right? There's
This
this
gorilla
gorilla,
started
and
everything for us.
this kid fell into this gorilla pit, Harambe, and it started a snowstorm of shit. And there was even a shutdown, a worldwide shutdown for a little bit. Like, so
No.
you're in a whole different world than you went coma in.
If I didn't have kids, I would pick a coma.
This is
I'm just saying,
Mike's,
if I didn't have
Mike's
kids, I'd
parenting
pick a coma.
episode.
This is yeah.
Because anytime I'm in jail or prison, whatever, I can still see them. They'll come see me. But
Dude,
if I didn't-
some of these
Maybe.
crimes and some of these sentences don't even add up. Some of these crimes deserve like the death penalty, and you only get 10 years.
I like how Adam's just falling down the rabbit hole of like
Right.
crime.
Like home invasion is 10 years, but something like
see-
carjacking's 3 years.
I'm picking prison, but I get out in 5 years because I was actually proven innocent. So I get let off.
I like
I
how you
didn't-
add to it. I appreciate that. All right. So next one. Always have a full tank of gas or always have your phone fully charged.
Mm.
But
Oh, take a guess because it costs more. You can charge your phone for free.
yeah,
Gas is crazy now.
And that is good because what if you,
And
I don't
you can
know.
charge your phone while you're driving
yeah.
with the full tank.
But what if you're
I don't know.
stranded somewhere, like your car breaks down and you got all the gas, but your car breaks down, your phone's dead.
Yeah.
But granted, I guess that's an
Yeah,
extreme scenario because I would probably take the gas because
I'm gonna pick gas.
Yeah, I think them. Yeah,
When the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm gonna be able to drive anywhere and everywhere. So
true.
So you got to end it on a weird one. I always feel that way because that's what we have to do here.
Yeah.
Would you rather vomit on your hero or have your hero vomit on you?
my hero vomit on me.
what did they just eat?
That's a good question. No idea.
No
I don't
follow
know
up,
who you're-
please. No
I
follow
don't know.
ups.
I don't know who your hero is, so I can't be like, oh, I know they totally love Chinese food or Indian food or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, because some people that's a thing for them. I don't know why, but
Your
That is
hero
true.
vomit on you because then they'll feel like guilty and they'll like, oh man, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And then they'll like, kind of be nicer and maybe, like you get some out of it. If you walk up to your hero and puke on them, you're like, get this motherfucker out of here,
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with James. Hero vomit on me. That way I can be like, hey, look what I got. I got a shirt.
Yeah,
With someone
exactly.
stole up $200.
A couple autographs, some shit like that.
That's true too.
Sell it on eBay.
All right. Well, that's all I got. I just want to do some weird questions for you guys. Keep the show interesting. So back to you, James.
Man, well, looks like we're on to next week, and next week is going to be our 2-year episode. Man, what a wild ride, huh? Feels like we
That's
just
insane, man.
not that long ago.
Episode 104.
And for the 2-year extravaganza, since we've started a movement with your show, yes, I think it's time to cover one of the biggest moments in wrestling history and something that still ages well today and people are still talking about it. And it's the Daniel Bryan Yes Movement culmination at WrestleMania 30. We will be, we know there were 2 matches, and guess what? We're going to cover both of those matches. Obviously, it's him and Triple H at WrestleMania 30, and then he spoiler, but he gets to go to the main event, and it's Randy Orton and Batista, I believe, are his opponents.
Yes, sir.
WrestleMania 30 down in New Orleans. Shout out Bourbon Street. Love it. You know, crazy Cajuns. Y'all know how to do it right. And yeah, man. Awesome moment in history. Awesome WrestleMania. Probably one of the best stories that they've ever done. You know, I mean, it's up there towards the top for sure. And yeah, that'll be next week's episode. I can't wait for it because I like you know, and that's I was out of wrestling, you know, and then a dude I worked with, he was like, "Yeah, man, I have a WrestleMania party, you know, you should stop by." I'm like, "Ah." And I was like, "Which one is it?" And he's like, "WrestleMania 30." I'm like, "Oh, gotta be there." You know, they're gonna do some nostalgia stuff, and they did. So glad I watched it. Had a great time at that party too. It was awesome. My ride left me, so I had to get another ride. Cool stuff. But yeah, had a great time.
A lot of good action there in the Silver Dome.
Right.
That's right.
I just remember picking up Andre and slamming him, brother. That's why that's why I said that. Ugh. Yeah. And that'll be next week's episode.
That'll be next week.
Yes.
2 years, guys. 2 years.
That's nuts, man. And we're somehow still very grassroots and learning as we go still.
Yes.
And still getting a following. I mean, hey, it's your show. Like, literally, it's been 2 years and we haven't sold out yet, you know. I mean, unless somebody wants you know, to pay us for the cold, refreshing taste of natural light. But yeah, stay true, stayed us, you know, and 2 years, it's gonna be fun. Can't wait. The whole crew will be here too. You know, you'll get to see Devyn, so that's always a, you know, pleasure, right? Yep. Hear that awkward
Yippee.
silence, Devyn? Brad will be back, probably bitching about something. And I had to go take a piss, and Stone Cold came out. That'd be my biggest like.
I was taking a good nap and I heard glass shattering, and I heard a bell toll.
Right?
The lights went out and I couldn't see where I was going.
The lights were out, so I went to bed. I thought the show was over.
I couldn't find the bathroom or nothing.
Ended up
I walked in
pissing
the
my
women's
pants.
room. The lights come on and I was in the ladies' room.
I knew I should have brought my Depends.
You're
Oh,
right.
he's always got them.
Oh boy.
Oh, Richard, we love you and miss you, Richard.
And I guess that's a perfect way to wrap up this episode. Shout out to all of us being here. Bryant on camera, always a pleasure. And yeah,
Yeah. Besides that, Bret Hart sitting in the background.
I don't
It's
know.
on
I
his-
saw
in the shirt.
Cardblade. He had Cardblade dancing around a little while ago.
yeah. Jay
I was
White made a
wondering-
couple of rumbles.
I mean, I was wondering why he was dancing back there and then just
Right?
moving by
Yeah.
himself. I was
He
wondering
just
how he was
keeps
doing
he
it.
just keeps moving around back
Old
there.
switchblade. Old switchblade.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So you know, 2 years next year, guys. And you know why we made it to 2 years? Because we kept true to ourselves and we kept true to the name.
He
Kick
kept
Out
kicking
Crew.
out.
Every time we got pinned down, guess what? Through that shoulder. I'm gonna start saying we kick out like Keith Lee was kicking out old Ricochet. He didn't kick out, he launched the motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a power out. Yeah.
And that's what we do here. Always moving forward, always progressing. And remember, always kick out at 2. That's what we do. And that's what you do. Because why not, baby? It's your show. And man, may have to get a tuxedo for you know, next week. 2 years. I mean, I won't. That's a joke. But yeah. Can't wait to see everybody next week. It's gonna be a fun episode. Be sure to follow us on all the socials. Be sure to watch us on Premier Wrestling, you know, because we're big time, baby. Even though we're still the same. Shout out Bob Seger. And I guess that's it for this week. And as I always say, we'll see you next week. So goodbye.
Follow the buzzard.